we have a magnet over here and a coil. I have shown two situations. In the first situation, the magnet is at rest and the coil is approaching the magnet. In the second situation, the coil is at rest and the magnet is approaching the coil. In both the situations, the magnetic flux that is linked with the coil is changing. So according to Faraday's law, an EMF must get induced in the coil, and it is given by the expression E is equal to minus d phi by dt. Now let us first understand the first situation. Before going to the first situation now, let us talk about the force acting on the charge carriers. Because as the current is induced, that is the current is flowing through the coils in both the situations, there must be some force acting on the positive charges that is making the charge move in the direction of the conventional current. Okay, actually it is the electrons that are moving the other way around, but we can say that the positive charges are moving in the direction of the current. Effectively, it is the same thing. Okay, so this is the Lorentz force that is acting on the positive charges. So the force will act on the positive charge either if the charge is moving with some velocity in the presence of external magnetic field, or if the charge is in presence of some external electric field. Very good. Now come back to the first situation. In this situation, there is magnetic field linked with the coil, and obviously there is no electric field. So this term will go away. Electric field is zero. So the only reason the force is getting acted on the positive charges is because of this formula. Because as the conductor is moving, the positive charges on the conductor are moving with some velocity. So this force will get applied, and hence the charge will start moving. The positive charges will start moving because of this force. Okay, constituting a current. And we can show by a rigorous derivation that because of these forces, the EMF induced will be equal to minus d phi by dt. Now this is called as motional EMF. Why it is called as motional EMF? Because it is the conductor itself that is moving, and hence this type of EMF induced will come under motional EMF. Let us come to the second case now. In the second case, the conductor is at rest and the magnet is moving. Now since the conductor is at rest, the positive charges are not moving. The positive charges are not already moving as they were here in this case. So as the positive charges are not moving, this force cannot get applied on the charges because the velocity of the charges is zero. But still we see that EMF is induced in the coil, there is current induced in the coil. Now if there is no force acting on the positive charges because they don't have any velocity, how are we getting current in the coil? The obvious reason is that the second must be the possibility now, because these are the only two forces that can act on the charge. And now since this has gone away, this has become zero, the only reason for the force that will be acting on the positive charge is the presence of electric field. Now you may wonder that you don't see any electric field over here. There is just a magnet and a magnetic field because of the magnet. But over here we have to conclude that a changing magnetic field, because as the magnet is moving towards the coil, the magnetic field linked with the coil is changing. So we have to conclude that a changing magnetic field generates electric field, and hence electric field will get generated. Because of the electric field that is generated because of the changing magnetic field, now the charges will get forces acting on them, and hence now we can justify the generation or the production of the current in the coil. Correct? So these are the different mechanisms which works behind the Faraday's laws. Now the interesting thing to observe over here is that we know that the velocity is relative. So who is at rest and who is moving, it depends on the frame of reference, right? So over here, you can say that the observer was on the magnet and he is seeing the coil moving. And over here you can say that the observer is on the coil and he is seeing the magnet moving. Correct? But over here, if you see that the observer is not on the magnet but the observer is on the coil, he will see that the coil is not moving but the magnet is approaching towards him. So for him, the current is not due to this formula, but the current is due to the generation of the electric field. Okay, so whether the field is electric field or magnetic field or the combination of both, it depends on the frame of reference. Correct? So electric and magnetic field are not independent. They are the aspects of the same entity called as electromagnetic field. Whether the electromagnetic field will show up as electric field or magnetic field or the combination of both, it depends on the frame of reference. If you are fixed to a frame of reference, then you can treat electric field and magnetic field separately.